Hi everybody, today we're doing a video on panel placement and part numbers for the 144 wall panel kits that go with our Builder Foundation kit. Before we get into the details about the part numbers and their locations, I wanted to give you a little bit of info on the panels themselves. When you're dry fitting these panels, typically you're going to dry fit them. It's a good idea to dry fit them before you move any further on your build after your L-track is installed. Do some test fitting, make sure everything looks good. You're going to notice a lot of slop and a lot of play in the panel. The panel should stay locked behind the L-track, but because you have no foam and no fabric, you're going to have some fitment issues. One area in particular you're going to see is this panel to this panel, the fitment relationship. This panel has been designed and this L-track has been installed in a specific location to where when this panel is wrapped in foam and fabric, it provides a friction force and snaps into place to hold the upper panel here in the ceiling. You're not going to get that fitment until you have foam and fabric on both. So don't panic when you see gaps and when you see panels moving back and forth, because in this apex area, it's very critical that there is foam and fabric to get the exact fitment. You can see here in this van, these panels are very secure, no screws holding it up. It's holding up its own panel here. So don't freak out. Don't just start adding screws because you think the panels don't fit right. Another key factor that we've done here is some of our lower panels, we still do foam on the front, fabric on the front also, and that kind of gives you a softer feel towards some of the lower panels. Our upper ones we've chosen to start, and we recommend to start doing your foam application on the back of the panel with your fabric on the front. So foam on the back, fabric on the front. What that creates is a lot tighter joints. You can see you got some seams here, but because that foam is in the back, when you take it from the front, you have a sharp edge of the panels touching, not a bull-nosed edge of the foam and fabric. So when you do the foam on the front, these seams will create a slight shadow effect right here. When it's on the back, you can see it's almost completely seamless where the two panels meet up. So there's a few key features that I wanted to point out before we get into talking about the panel placement and part numbers. When you either receive your panels, or if you're a builder and you cut your own panels, you'll receive a panel layout sheet. If you do not receive that, or you got to request it from us, we'll email it over to you. We're humans and we forget things sometimes, so if you don't have this, ask for it, we'll ship it over to you. The 144 panel layout and 170 panel layout, when you view this sheet, you're looking at the back side of the panels, meaning the upholstery in this layout would be on this side, on the back side. Panels would be down. If you have a hard time envisioning that, bend your sheet like this, and that represents where the panels are in the van. Okay, pretty simple layout. All the part numbers for each panel are listed here on this sheet. For reference only, we have omitted the part number layout on the panel itself. There was just a bunch of human error when we were engraving. The panels on the wrong side, part numbers on the wrong side. So we eliminated putting part numbers in the panels. They're here for reference, and the panel dimensions are listed here so that you can just measure them, and they're all different dimensions. So it's pretty straightforward. If you just pull a quick tape measure, figure out what's what. They all have specific notches, so it's nothing really should cross over or being put in the wrong location. So everything now has got kind of specific notches where it goes, and you should be able to find it directly with this layout. Okay, so what we're going to do first, we're going to start from the ceiling, and we're going to go, this panel here is R1 underscore 144 underscore V2. V2, okay? R1 144 V2. We have one panel comes all the way back, one seam. In the rear, you're going to have R2 144 V2. So that takes care of the center panel between the L-tracks. These panels will change in dimension if you take the L-track and set it to the more outboard position, which is an option when you're installing the Builder Foundation kit. If you're going to do a hatch, or you want the L-track more hidden behind the cabinets, again, that's a Builder Foundation in the video, but this panel will change if your L-track moves outboard when you're putting the Builder Foundation kit in. So you'll need to make specific panels for that. Those part numbers will be different. Okay, R1 144 V2, R2 144 V2. Now we're going to work our way out to the driver's side. This is R1B as in boy, 144 V2. Okay, R1B as in boy, 144 V2. R2B 144 V2. Okay, so R1, R2. Okay, now we're going to go to the passenger side, working from the center line out. R1A 144 V2. R2A 144 V2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels to make up your roof. Okay. Since we're on the passenger side, we'll move down one. This one is going to be W3U 144 V2. W3U 144 V2. Okay. Driver's side, as we work our way down, this forward panel, W1U 144 V2. W2U 144 V2. Okay, that takes us down to the window section. These can either come blank or have a window cut out per request. We cut this out and leave the bare steel there for magnetic window covers. This panel now is notched a little bit better around the B pillar. That's kind of an improvement here on this panel section. So this panel in the drawing does not have a window cut out, but it is W4M as in Mary 144 V2, W4M 144 V2. After the window panel on the driver's side, we have below that, we have W9L 144 V2. I know that is out of number sequence, but I eliminated some other numbers in this just recently. I left W9L because we eliminated number 8. Regardless, this is W9L 144 V2. The next one back, no flare cutouts. They can be added for a trim if you guys want to have us cut those in. This is W5M 144 V2. If you're a builder and you need our files for these to work with the Go Code flare trims, we can provide those too. We have a couple different options to provide that panel pre-cut for you. This is the same panel, driver and passenger. So you're going to see corresponding part numbers. They're the same part. On the layout, the driver's side has the dimension of what the panel size is. It's the same panel as this side. Okay. It is another W5M 144 V2. Okay. Now we're over here on the passenger side still. We're going to move down to W6L 144 V2. Just like the W5s, the two rears are interchangeable. So the driver's side shows the dimension, kind of overall dimension of that part. It's obvious, has a wheel well cut out. Same as the passenger side lower. We're going to go to the rear. I think we covered everything. The rears have some little filler strips back here that go behind the Go Code trim kit. You'll notice when you're putting this in, that panel, it's not exactly perfect. It kind of just stops short. It's not necessary that it runs all the way up to the top because you're covering it with the Go Code plastic. So this is a W10 Universal V2. Left and right, it's called Universal because it's the same panel in a 170 and a 144. So we just kind of gave it that moniker. But when you install it, we've had some people concerned about how it finishes and fits up to this upper panel. Don't worry about that. It's almost completely hidden by the Go Code kit. So you can see how very little of it's shown. Anything up here is never seen, so it just kind of runs wild. So that's it. Pretty much covers everything we need to know on the 144 panel layout. If you have any questions or you're missing this layout, please call us. We'll email it over to you. And remember, when you're looking at this, this is the back side of the panels. The panel's facing the sheet metal of the van. Okay? Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.